Timothy Narita.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Players. We're at the TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, for one of the game's most prestigious titles, the Players Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. Frank, time for the third round and time for a good start.
That's right. 2 rounds in the bank. And what will today have to offer?
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, the approach shot here at the par 4 first. What's the right way to attack?
The much easier flag is down that right side because you can run that ball with the slope to that low side. Tough flag on the left.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today.
Great start.
Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot, that takes the trees on the left out of play and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron.
That's in the fairway. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Third shot coming up at this par 5. Still a good chance to make birdie.
Yeah, just make sure you have the right number and the right club.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If you can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Mark that as a birdie on the card. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
The big ridge in the middle of this green, really you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And getting ready for the putt.
Really solid stroke.
Frank, how difficult is it to access the hole location if you miss the fairway here at 4?
Well, if you miss it left, I've got to say the lesser of 2 evils is to be in the bunker on the right. I'm loving that balance.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, this approach shot here at the fourth is not a long one, but it could end up disastrous.
It can. You have to be very aware of where these mounds are on this green.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Fifth hole here at TPC Sawgrass, long par 4. What's the challenge, Frank?
Depending, really, if you're a long or short hitter, the long hitters have the luxury of taking it over the corner of the bunker down the right. Shorter hitters really play at that bunker down the left, 320 run out.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be tracking well. Birdie try up next. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 sixth. Frank, what's the challenge here?
Well, there's 2 bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Trying to make yet another birdie. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side, just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that. Actually a pretty good line. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Now the approach to the 7th. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of the screen, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every...
All right, eagle. Ooh, that's Costa.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Great shot to get the birdie. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Right about 9 feet here to the hole.
Well, for such a strong man, a weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé. Nudge this one home, finish it up. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, when you think layup shot on a par 5, you think it's easy. This isn't necessarily that simple, is it?
No, you've got to keep the ball to the right. Otherwise, those overhanging limbs on those trees on the left, they become havoc.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Let's get the back 9 started here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass and break down the 10th for us, Frank.
Well, it's similar to the opening hole. The 1st and 10th give you the same feeling where you feel awkward off the tee shot. Difference to the 1st hole, you've got to poke your tee shot towards the right side of the fairway here, turning it into a dogleg. And similar thing now, you're going back across the fairway to the green.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, where's the difficulty on this approach here at the 10th?
It's really the shape of this green. That little front piece, you have to be right on the money there. And then, of course, that green starts to open up and then move to the right. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. This is a 9-footer. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Hole number 11, 558 yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here.
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, obviously when people think about TPC Sawgrass, I think most think about the 17th. It's about 140 yards of pure terror. It is, as they have said, diabolical. And here, you want to go low or die trying.
The amazing thing about 17, it's the only hole really that Pete Dye didn't design. 17's designed by his wife Alice. They had a problem trying to get from 16 to 18. It was a big area that they dug out when they tried to get some of the sand for the golf course. And then Alice Dye said, well, why not just put a hole there? And really, when you think about it, the advent of Stadium Day, the island green at 17, that's what's pushed this game over the last 25 years.
He can make eagle right here.
Well, it was a tricky one, but it's in. Up now, hole number 12. It's a short one, 358 yards, par 4. This can catch you off guard. If you just try and hit the ball on the fairway, if you're on the middle of the fairway or the left side, you will have a blind second shot. So ideally, hit it down that right side of the fairway if you want to see the flag.
Now the approach to the 12th, Frank. What's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
That was a solid strike and a good result. For birdie. Frank, so much focus on the back nine here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass on the 17th hole with the island green. I think 13 gets lost sometimes, but the pros know this is a really good hole.
Oh, it can be disastrous too. That's, I think, what you're referring to, Rich. There's a big ridge in the middle of the screen that bisects the top side with the bottom side on the left. So even when the flag's on the left, you don't have to go directly at it, because that normally causes the problem with the wooden bulkheads down the left side and obviously the water left of that. So something on the ridge can often run down towards the left. But we have seen the odd hole-in-one here over the years.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side. And of course, if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side. Oh, this is right at it.
And it is in.
All right. Equal. Let's get it. Let's go.
Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally, hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping it away from that bunker. But that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich. There's mounding. There's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. And they're close, about 8 feet from the cup.
Yeah!
Putt, concentrating on the read. Making it look easy for eagle. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole. Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
Naruto. Over and out.